To the rest of the news on the local share market now. Earlier I spoke to Geoff Beeston from Lonsec. Geoff Beeston, a strong session despite a few mixed signals offshore.
Absolutely, Tiki. Well, it was great to see some volume returning to the Australian Stock Exchange today. We had about $10 billion traded, which is about 3 times the average. We had a very soft lead, as you mentioned. We had some producer price index data out about 11:30 this morning. Now, this immediately was doubly as strong as expected. We immediately saw the yield curve rise and the local currency increased by about a cent against the greenback. Now, your key performing sectors today were the financials, of course, buoyed by the M&A activity with the Australian Stock Exchange and the Singapore Stock Exchange. The financials were up about 2% today. Of course, we had a very strong materials and energy sector, also upgraded with a debt upgrade from Rio Tinto by Moody's today. So that we had a very strong session, and the overall market ended up around 1.33% higher.
You mentioned the finance sector being a good one today. A lot going on there, apart from the ASX.
Absolutely. Well, the financials will really be in the spotlight this week. We've got ANZ and NAB with their full-year results. We've also got the Commonwealth Bank AGM. Now, we expect to see a fairly subdued result in terms of credit growth. The business sector obviously constrained by higher than average interest rates. However, we expect this to be offset by a reduction in asset impairment charges and also a strong performance from the investment arms of the big four banks. So all in all, we probably expect to see some reasonably good results from the banks this week.
More takeover activity in the mining sector. What does the market make of the latest bid of Equinox for Citadel?
Absolutely. Well, the copper pure plays have been very, very hot over the last couple of weeks, and we did see further M&A and consolidation in that sector with the Equinox bid for Citadel. Now, it's a cash and scrip bid, so if you're a Citadel shareholder, you receive 10.5 cents per share, plus for every 14.3 shares, you also get an Equinox share. Now, the result of this will be a $1.25 billion company. It'll be a top 20 global player in the copper market. Now, shares in Citadel were up 20% today.
And I see Leighton stepping up the fight against the Spanish takeover bid for its German parent, Hochtief. What do you make of all this?
Look, I think that it's a positive for Leighton's shareholders. What you're seeing is Leighton's attempting to protect the interest of minority shareholders. So they've applied to the takeovers panel to protect some of the control premium that you may see if ACS, the Spanish parent of Hochtief, is successful in the takeover of Hochtief. The market actually applauded the move, and Leighton's shares were up strongly today, just under 3%.
Geoff Beeston, thanks so much for talking to Late Line Business.
Always a pleasure, Tiki.